right. Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yep. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going good. Going good on my end. Ready to talk here about some Destiny. This is episode 8 of Unmuted. How about you, Shadow? How you doing?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Pretty good. So you've
It's-
been playing a lot, right?
Oh
Nonstop.
yeah. Yeah. If I'm not at work, I've been playing Destiny.
Nonstop Destiny. And this, how long has this been out now? Over a week? Has it been a full week?
Yeah, yeah. Tuesday would have been full weeks or a little over a week.
So we're talking about Destiny 2, the final shape DLC that just dropped the other week. And there goes that air conditioner again, kid.
Yeah, oh
Um,
yeah. Sucks.
it's hot though. You got to have it on. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it, so you have definitely been playing a lot more than me. I've taken a break, but I did play launch day. Started late, got first impressions. I enjoyed it. You helped me get through the campaign on Legend. Got that done. It was cool. I like the campaign. How about you? You like it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. The campaign was awesome.
Probably the best one they've done yet. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty good. And so yeah, enjoyed that. Got my armor set out of it, 1960, I think. And yeah, got an exotic out of it. I picked the robes from my warlock. Can't remember the name of them.
The
What was your pick?
the Mitodoxia on my
Yeah,
warlock.
yep,
Yeah.
that's what they're called. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, they're nice. And then I did the gifted conviction on my hunter, the chest piece. Those are pretty nice too. They're both pretty good exotics. Probably gonna do the chest piece on my Titan as well.
Oh, okay. So you haven't done your Titan yet, then? I'm
No.
shocked. All right. Well, there's always room, time for more. But yeah, so I, enjoyed that, and then came Raid Race that weekend, that Friday, which I
Yeah.
will still say I think was a mistake. I don't think they should have launched the raid the same week that they launched the actual DLC, but they did. We
Mhm.
got in it, had a team, and it was tough. The beginning puzzly part was okay. It was all right.
Mhm.
It was fine going around inside like a pyramid ship. It seemed like to me.
Yeah.
And then we get to the first encounter, and we're learning how to figure all that out, and it just got tougher and tougher and tougher.
Yeah.
But by the end of it, I'd say with what easily 50 wipes, if not more. We without really knowing exactly what we were doing in there, we kind of figured it out. We kind of by
Yeah.
the end, our last few attempts before people started to leave, unfortunately, we had to cut it. I think we were getting the hang of the mechanic and figuring out what we had to do.
Oh yeah.
I think we just needed more time, with the team sticking together, and we would have gotten it. But unfortunately, we did not ever get the team back together to continue. We all kind of just left it, and that was it. Even the next day, I personally didn't get back on to play any more of the raid. How about you, Shad? I don't think you did either, right?
No, I was waiting for the to exit contest mode, and I was gonna get in there, and then it's like, well, so with the exotic class items coming out, I'm gonna wait for those, get some farmed out, and then I'm gonna get back in there. So that's kind of the plan. Is really any time between now and kind of this weekend's the time I'm gonna have a lot of time because I won't
A lot
have
of
work
extra
during the
time.
weekend. Yeah, so if I can't get in there sometime after work or sometime this week, I'm gonna definitely get something going this weekend. If it has to be LFG, which is gonna be it's gonna be its own type of hell with the mechanics of this raid.
Oh yeah, I mean it. LFG sucked anyway, and from my
Yeah,
experience, in my opinion, it wasn't always the worst, but lately it just hasn't been great.
yeah,
So yeah, you're right. It's gonna be a whole new type of hell for you trying to get that done. But yeah, during raid race, I think we both kind of knew we weren't gonna have the team that we were gonna need
yeah,
to stick it out. So I just wanted to get as far as we could,
yeah.
and we about got it figured out. And
Oh yeah.
probably if we would have stuck at it, we had a whole full additional day. I think if we would have kept at it, we might just have gotten past at least the first encounter, but
Hmm.
we didn't. We kind of called it. That raid is tough. That's what I'll say about it. It is fucking difficult. It is a challenge. I don't know if it's just a mechanic, but the ads are clear and it being, contest mode. So naturally everything just hits harder. It
Yeah,
takes more to stay alive. But now that we're out of contest mode, same here. If we can get a decent team together, I would like to get back in there by this weekend and try again from
yeah,
the beginning. Absolutely.
same.
If we can't, then Shadow, I say good luck. And I mean that too. I mean, good luck because it's going to be tough getting a team, dealing with the team, and just wipe after wipe until everyone's synchronized and you get good runs going and you can get it done. But that's going to take a lot of effort. And it's doable. It's doable. I think you can do it. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's going to be a pain. That's for sure.
yeah.
I don't envy that. What do you get, do you get something playing in the background there, Shed? Is that I
Oh
do.
no, I think that's brother playing Fortnite.
Tell him to turn it down a little bit. Damn it, we're recording. But yeah, other than that, that is the raid. That's probably the plan for the weekend. Now, I've taken a break, which is kind of strange. I know. It's all new stuff, new content. But remember, I'm not playing on the Series X. I don't have my Elite controller, so it's kind of it's tough for me to be playing this kind of a game nonstop when it's in 30 frames and all that. Old school shit. So and that's part of it why I've taken a break. But you didn't take a break. You kept on. You're still
Oh
going.
yeah, yeah.
What have you all gotten done so far in it?
Oh, I've gotten
Notable.
everything. Went and did all the exotics. Now just been farming the new class items. Taking everybody through the new exotic mission for the microcosm and for all those three missions for that and
And that's the
for,
trace rifle, the exotic trace rifle, right?
yeah, it's like a heavy kinetic trace rifle. Yeah, the thing
The
is
traveler's
awesome.
trace rifle. Yeah, tell me what you think of it.
Oh, it's amazing. It's perfect for damage for really anything big. But yeah, I mean it works for anything. They've been using it for damage phases for a lot of things, and um, but tormentors and subjugators is where it really shines. It takes
Beefier
out this.
combatants.
Yeah, yeah, the subjugators. It drops them really quick.
Why is that, do you think?
It's that's one of its perks is it's supposed to deal massive bonus damage to shielded combatants, and I'm guessing it counts them as. I mean, that's the whole reason why. I mean, when I'm using anything on subjugators or tormentors, even when you're hitting those precision hits, you're getting a lot less damage than you usually get. So I think they're kind of armored, and it must count them as some kind of a shielded combatant.
Okay. Is so it's fun, worth the grind, would you say, to get that thing?
Oh yeah, yeah,
How is the grind to get it? Like the quest, because it's a quest, right?
yeah. After you finish the campaign, you finish up some of the just the other quests after the campaign takes you through, and eventually you'll go to the Micah 10 terminal, and she'll give you some of these convalence missions. And you finish the first one, come back to her, grab another one, and I think there's I want to say it's the fourth one. I think it gives you convalence budding, and it's that's the one for the trace rifle. And it's all what you have to do is do three co-op focused of the campaign missions, which are basically just extra
Tougher
mechanics.
versions, right? Yeah, mechanic
Yeah,
wise.
yeah. They're the ads in them are.
Is
It
it legend
says
difficulty?
Um, it says that the ads are 2020, but there's no way. I went when I did it. I think I was around like 1970, and the ads were easier than Legends. So the ads are definitely not a problem. It's the difficulty of it's not bad at all. It's the mechanics. Definitely, everybody's got to work together. You got a buff you have to pass around. You get up to times 10, it kills you. You can't pass it to somebody. Somebody has to take it from you. And so it's just passing that around, watching your buff. You have to pass that back and forth through all the boss fights. through all the encounters, going through 2 of the 3 missions, and then
Two of the three. Do you think you could solo them?
no, yeah, it's impossible because you can't do the mechanics of it. You could do it with two, but yeah, it's impossible to solo. Yeah,
Impossible
just
by yourself. You need
yeah,
somebody.
yeah,
Okay. Okay, good to know. And that's the macrochasm,
yeah,
microchasm trace
yeah.
rifle. Okay, so I don't have that yet because I haven't played a whole lot after the campaign. So, what else would you say? Now, the class items, the exotic class items that are designed to work with Prismatic,
Hmm.
those recently launched just this past Tuesday. What would you say about those?
Oh, they're awesome. They look good. I bought the ornaments for both my hunters and my warlocks, and
And not
yeah,
the
they.
Titan.
I probably will. I'll have to see what it looks like, but I
Oh,
haven't
that's
done
okay. You
anything
don't
with
have
my
to yet.
Titan. I haven't
I
done
think you're
anything with my
okay.
Titan yet.
That's fine.
But yeah,
Okay.
they're awesome though. The just it makes Prismatic feel broken, and so it's nice. It's nice to play around with all the different perks that you get.
Okay, so yeah, I know for one, I know you'll get to the Titan class eventually. You'll end up getting, save it for last, whatever, but you'll end up with it.
Oh yeah.
But with the ones that you do have for your hunter, what's the one you've been using? Your favorited?
Um, the one on my hunter I've been using, it's got Spirit of Inmost Light, which is a Titan exotic, and then Spirit of Lyre, which is Lyre's Handshake. And yeah, the combination of them is just crazy. Because with Lyre's Handshake, I'm dodging, punching over and over again. So my my abilities are always getting times 2 empowered. So I get my whatever I put on for my grenade. Lately, I've been doing grapple. I get it back in like 2 or 3 seconds. So I can like just keep grappling, punching, dodge punch, use my grapple again. It just gives you that ability spam to just keep doing everything.
Yeah,
And then you get the damage from liars that really buffs up that melee punch. I've
Liar's
done
handshake.
Yep, you can get it up where if you get it up to times 3 and get that counter punch going, you can get over a half mil in one punch. I mean, you can just take out most of these mini bosses with one punch. So it's amazing. My warlock, on the other hand, I've been going around to different ones. I keep getting a lot of them with necrochasm, or not necrochasm,
The
necrotic.
exotic rifle.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
The
necrotics. Yeah,
gloves. Yeah.
yeah, and that's pretty fun having that with something. And I just haven't settled on what I like it with. I got it with
Hmm.
swarmers. That's nice. I need to probably put more strand stuff into it so I can utilize it a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I got another one that's what was it? Necrotics with Vesper, and Vesper would be nice. I use the Phoenix Dive. So Vesper doesn't really help me much unless I switch my switch to a rift, so I can get that arc pulsing from the rift, which would be a big help for sure. But there's just so many combinations, and I can't figure one out for my warlock. There's so many of them that sound good. The one I used for a while with on my warlock was necrotic with harmony, which is the battle harmony chest piece. It's necrotic with that mix, and so it's
Yeah.
nice. You use a weapon that matches your super, and all those kills give you extra super energy, and so you can get your super back really quick. And then on top of it, using like microcosm with that combination, you you can spam your super. Usually
Hmm.
takes me just a minute or two, and I can get my super back, especially in some of these newer missions that are pretty dense with ads.
Okay. Well, I mean, like I'll be one of these days. I'll get back into the game. I I almost want to wait till I get my new console before I play
Yeah.
that game again because I hate playing it in 30 frames. But yeah, that's something I'll be jumping into. I'll be looking for my class item, unlocking one, figuring out what works best with my kind of build with Prismatic, and yeah, those work with prismatic, right? I mean, like, why? Well, here's
Yeah.
one. Can you use the exotic class item with another exotic armor piece, or are you limited
No.
to just that? Oh,
Just
okay.
yeah. Yeah, because I mean it is two pieces of two other exotics, so you're getting more benefit with the class items.
Yeah, and that's because what about those class items with like a light super or a dark super on their own? Would that not be a good thing to do?
You can't. It deactivates the perks without prismatic.
It deactivates them, but like all your other perks, whatever you or mods that you put on them, would they still
Yeah,
be viable?
yeah,
Okay, so you could just leave it on then, I suppose, but
yeah,
it just wouldn't synergize with your class abilities and everything.
yeah.
So
It would be like wearing a legendary armor piece.
okay,
It's like the exotic traits don't exist if you switch off of prismatic.
okay, okay. How many of these have you collected so far?
I think I'm at 39. I've gotten the ones that I've ran the mission 5 times now, so I think I have about 44 now.
44 exotic class items for both classes
Yeah, yeah,
combined.
combined between the two.
And that I'm sure that's putting a dent in your vault.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're both stacking up. I've been getting some duplicate rolls, so I've been deleting them.
Okay.
But
It sounds like they drop like candy. I don't know if
if
that's
if you're farming right, I mean, it's a lot of people keep posting pages up. Oh yeah, it only took me. I had to run overthrow 3 times, and I got a class item. And so I keep messaging them and telling them you don't have to waste your time with all the overthrow stuff. Yeah, you get chests, but it's such a slow way to get chests. If you just do laps, you put the what is it, the wombo detector on your ghost, and then just drive around and collect chests, you you can collect so many chests. I can usually about 20, maybe even 25 chests I can get every 10 minutes. And so yeah, if I get
just
lucky, I can.
opening those can get you an item?
Yeah, that's what after you do the mission for the first time, then you can just solo go around the planet. Just any
Really?
chest on Pale Heart
Pale
drops
heart?
them.
Ah. Okay, that's good to know.
And so yeah, you
That's
technically only have to run that mission one time. You can rerun it again. You can farm them from the mission. Right now, there's actually a glitch that you can get 2 items. You need two two classes of the same, and when you finish that exotic mission, at the very end, you're presented like your exotic class item on this like totem thing, all shining with light and stuff. It's like presented to you, and you go up and collect them. And it's when you, since you're 2 people playing it, there's 2 of them stuck up. You go up and hold X and collect it. People found out now, I think just today, at least I just heard about it this morning, that both players can go over to one of those items, hold X on it, and you have 15 seconds to run over to the other side of the map where it'll say joining allies. And once you get joining allies, it'll pop you back up in the map, and you can go over and collect the other one. So you can get 2 of them per run. So that
really
kind of, since it we've gotten pretty good at after repeating that mission, we can usually get runs down about 30 minutes it takes to run that exotic mission. I'm sure we can get it down quicker. I'm sure we're going to try, and I'm sure we could
a
get it down
half
to
hour for the mission? Oh, that is
yeah,
kind of lengthy.
yeah. I mean, if first time you're doing it and you're learning it, it's about 40-45 minutes. But yeah, once you
Okay.
like get what's going on and you can just like kind of keep going through each encounter that you go through, you're under a time limit. And once you finish that encounter and you get into another encounter, it gives you more time. So the more time you have left from the previous encounter keeps adding up until you get to the boss. And yeah, I think me and Good Guy last night when I helped him with it, we had like over 30 minutes when we got to the boss. The time before that, I think we only had like 15 minutes. So it
You
worked.
improved.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. That is good. Okay,
Some
well.
some cool mechanics in there. It's using the bow symbols. A lot of one person.
Oh,
It's
goodness. Is
two
it all
man.
20?
I don't think it's all of them. It definitely takes a more standard base, but I think it's a good portion of them. But
Okay.
yeah, it's kind of when you get in there, somebody's light and somebody's imbued with dark, and so one person will do their part. You collect a couple motes to activate the encounter, and then one person is reading symbols to the other person, and the other person enters them. And then you could go into the second encounter, and it's the same thing, but it's reverse. The other person reads, the other person enters, but you have to do three symbols on that one. And then next encounter, it switches, and there's four symbols, and then it switches again. The other person reads, the other person enters, and that's pretty much it for the symbols
That's not
until
too
you get.
bad.
To, yeah, it's you do a set of two symbols, a set of three, and then a set of four, and then
4 is
after
better than
that,
20.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, it's pretty easy. It's a pretty good introduction into those symbols of people needing to learn them for it. And I mean, you're
Are
getting
those
the
the new
benefits worth it.
symbols? Because I think the new
No,
ones are only 4.
it doesn't have any of the newer ones in there. It's all like
Oh,
the
it's the older
original
ones.
vowel ones. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's still
But
not
then
bad.
but then after that, then it gets into a newer mechanic that's kind of almost like a clock, but it's no. There's only 9 nodes on the first one when you do it, and it's we just numbered them like a clock, 1 through 9. And you have to call out which nodes you have activated. Each player will have 3 different ones activated, and you have to figure out which 3 you have in common that are activated. So you're basically just trying to figure that out. Once you figure out who's got what, you can figure out, okay, these 3 are the 3 that we need to shoot, and you kill a tormentor, get a buff, shoot those 3. You do that 3 times, and on to the next encounter. Um, then once you get to the boss, then it actually does a more full version and a kind of a different version of that. It gives you actually a full clock. It's actually 12. It looks like a clock, and you have about 8 to 10 seconds to call out which 4 nodes of yours are activated. Each player has their own clock, and you have to call out which one you have in common before the pattern changes. And once you figure out which one you have in common, you both shoot it, and you just have to do that 3 times, and it phases the boss for the last time.
Okay, that's quite the process. But would you say
Mm-hmm.
that you probably enjoyed that mission, huh? It
Oh, I
sounds like
loved
your
it.
kind
Yeah,
of mission.
yeah, yeah. It's got
Okay.
some cool mechanics to it, and yeah, they
Sounds
had a really good
interesting.
style.
Yeah, I look forward to playing it myself here eventually. One of these days. One of these evenings, I'll play it. But basically, all that gets you access to the class item, right? The exotic one.
Yeah, yeah. You have to unlock. It's a process because it's a secret exotic mission. So you have to unlock the mission, which is you have to defeat 3 secret bosses, one in each area of the Pale Heart. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to do overthrow, and once you complete the final overthrow boss, a secret boss will spawn in the area. And usually, once you complete overthrow, there's like 5 minutes of downtime before another overthrow starts. So during that 5 minutes, there's a secret boss in the area, and you have to go kill that. They're called like the keeper. They're like Savathun's keepers. You go kill that secret boss, then you go to the next area, do it again, go to the next area, do that again, do it in all 3 zones, the Pale Heart, and then it lights up a green light over in the what's the area called? The refraction. There's like a green light shining. You go to that green light, and you have to do kind of a mini encounter, kill some ads, and collect a dark mote or a dark orb and a light orb and dunk them, and then you get the banner for the exotic mission.
So those are the secret steps to getting into the secret mission.
Yeah,
And I would say it's very worth it because, I mean, if you're really into prismatic and transcendence, and I like it. I've enjoyed what I played, but I know you are for sure. I
mm,
think that's probably all you've been using thus far since Final Shape hit.
yeah.
Um, it's worth it doing all that to get the exotic
Oh
class
yeah,
item to make it even better.
yeah,
And right now, you're saying it's making you as a player feel really powerful,
yeah.
really,
It does.
really good. Okay.
There's a kind of a unique part at the end of the mission that you get pulled into a cage, and you have to vote. When you'll be in separate cages, and you'll to each other you look like you're glowing red, kind of like a Gambit invader, and
Okay.
it'll have you vote. Do you want to fight, or do you want to call peace? And if it only takes one person, if one person votes to fight, you have to fight each other.
Really? It turns into Crucible?
pretty much, yeah, you fight until whoever wins, and then that's it. You still, I guess, get your class out. And we've done peace every single time. So I've never done we've never done the fighting yet, just because we weren't sure. But I seen some videos of it, and you still get your class item. You fight each other, but yeah, I was like, well, shit, is it going to make it where like only the winner gets their class item? So we didn't, yeah, we really didn't want to risk
Didn't want to risk
it.
it. Well, I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, we'll put that to the test, you and me, when I go to play it.
Yeah.
We'll see
Sounds
what
good.
happens. I'm down for
Yeah.
that. We'll settle that score once and for all. But I think you're going to be better equipped, but still, I'm down for it.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Then that whole process, it's unique, it's different, sets it apart from other DLCs. Anything else you'd like to bring up about it that you've collected or been into with Final Shape?
Ah, shit, I'm just trying to get more set up for the raid. At least get these two classes set up where I can run my hunter or my warlock. I got builds for damage, builds for ad clear. Trying to put these exotic class items to use, but yeah, I want to get that raid clear before the end of the month.
That's another question. How long do players have, if you know, to get a clear in order to purchase the raid jacket? What's the time there?
Oh my god, I can't remember. It's towards the end of June. It's on a Tuesday, the 18th or the 25th.
Okay, so that's some extra time then. You got
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's I want to say the 25th, but yeah, maybe that seems too short. That's only that's still 2 weeks. So yeah, that might be too long. So yeah, I think it must be the 18th, which it's on reset. So it's like reset time. Then that's when you can't get it anymore. You have to have the
Okay.
raid cleared by then.
Because traditionally, with these raid contests, you'd have to do it within a week after the raid launched, and
Yeah.
then you can get the jacket or the ring or whatever. But okay, at least they're giving players more time, and I think that's reasonable because this raid is tough. It
Yeah.
is challenging. I've only ever played the first encounter, and just the first encounter is a puzzle to get into the
Yeah.
fucking raid, and it is tough.
Yeah.
But I like the challenge. I like that it's tougher. I look forward to trying it again. But I remember you telling me, because you've kind of looked at guides and seen through it, and you're saying that the fourth encounter looks to be the toughest.
Oh yeah, by far. I kind of got pretty much all the other encounters figured out pretty well. I've watched them enough that the first encounter we were on the right track for sure. I think now it's going to be a lot easier killing the tormentors, doing everything, getting through there a lot quicker, and having time left. I think we have it. But yeah, we're on the right path with that, and then we're going to have to pretty much repeat that for second encounter. But yeah, it's pretty much repeating that same mechanic. First, second, third are kind of all pretty similar. Just
Is
doing
there
them
an
in
actual
different order.
boss on second encounter?
Yeah, second's a boss, and you have to use those plates to do that same thing. Charge the plates, bounce it, ping pong that buff back and forth, get some of the resonance, and then deposit it, and bring his shield down and deal damage. Which it sounds like swords are the way to go there.
Okay. Like, would you say your slab or your guillotine or your lament,
Yeah,
things like
yeah,
that? Okay.
yeah. They were recommending somebody use one of the Ergo Sums swords with Wolfpack rounds, so that everybody with their guillotines and everything
Oh,
get those
Galahorn
Wolfpack
strap
rounds.
for swords.
Yeah, yeah.
Galley strap for swords. I wonder how long that's gonna last, but use it while you can.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
it's fun. What about the one that I recently crafted from Deepstone? I can't remember the name of. What do you think of that one?
Yeah, that'd work pretty good.
Because I did put some materials into it, so I'd like to make use of it.
Yeah, I'm just not
Okay.
sure the main thing that's good. That sword does do good damage on its own, but yeah, the main thing on that one is having the surrounded on it, which I'm not too sure if there's ads around you. You're pretty much with that boss. You're in like a basketball court. That's what they've been calling it, is the basketball court, and you're kind of in that whole area when you're fighting the boss.
Okay.
But yeah, coming to that fourth encounter is where we're really gonna. Doesn't matter what team, you're gonna struggle on that encounter for
It
sure.
seems like it kind of, the way you described it, it's like you go solo for a while
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you have to hold your own ground. Yeah.
Yeah, three players are going to get pulled out into their own rooms. And so I've still been watching videos on this to make sure I understand it right. I don't even know if I have this correct, but it sounds like when you get into that realm, so you have to make your guardian and your ghost look unique, because the other players are going to have to figure out who you are by a statue. So you need to stick out so everybody knows who you are. And then same thing for your ghost. You're at some one point, the witness is gonna like fake kill you, and to bring you back, at the very end, actually, they it happens in a bigger version where the witness kills five random people, and so that one person has to go around and grab the ghosts and look at the ghost before they pick it up and match it to the guardian. So you're gonna there is a little bit of other things to kind of figure it out a little bit better. People that are down can inspect and they can see some of the statues, because the statues will be invisible. So you have to do kind of call outs based on it, and you're all under a timer on this. But
Of
that's not
course.
even that's not even the full mechanic. The whole thing is combining shapes: circle, square, and triangle. You're
Geometry.
Yeah, you're when the solo players get in their rooms, they'll have a 2D shape of like a triangle, and they'll be dropping their knights will drop two different shapes, and most likely it'll be one that they don't need, because you need the two shapes that your statue isn't holding, and you need to combine them. So to do that, you have to make a trade with one of the other guardian statues, call out that, oh, this person needs a triangle, and oh, I need a square, and you do call outs to get these shapes that you need. And while you're doing that, it isn't just a simple transfer of transferring it to that person to that person, and there the transfer is done. The three people in the main room have to dissect that symbol from your character in the other room, and they have to pretty much pick up the shape, deposit it on the one that they're sending it to, and then grab the other shape from the other statue and deposit it in the other one. And so it's a lot of juggling of these shapes. And the only way you come out of this room is if your statue's holding a triangle, you need to pick up a square and a circle and combine those shapes to come out of the room. So you need to have the two opposite of what your statue's holding, and you have to do some switching around all under a timer.
On the fly. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is. It sounds crazy.
It
It sounds.
does, yeah. It's
It
going to be
sounds more
insane.
like a puzzle encounter. You're not necessarily doing DPS, are you?
No, no, you're just add clear, and
Okay.
puzzle. But yeah, it sounds pretty intense. And on top of it, having that where all three, at some point, the witness will test everybody, and they'll fake kill three people, and that's where the first part is, where that can happen at any point, and they have to match the ghosts up with the guardians. So you're gonna have to put horns on, put whatever you can to make your statue look unique.
I could put some antlers on with my warlock, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You know, what's interesting is these statues, they're changing, right? Like how they basically replicate how your guardian looks every
Yeah.
time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's an interesting in-game mechanic
It is.
because that's evolving. Um, okay, and then I can do that with my warlock. My
Yeah.
warlock always looks good, but I can make him look even better, even if he's got to be more flashy, whatever. I'll put some
Yeah.
horns on him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. That's what they
yeah,
were saying. Is anything with the head and the shoulders is a really good way to.
identifiable. Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with your ghost. You want to, and they said it's kind of good too to match things. If you're using like horns on your guardian, do some
Put them
kind of
on
a
your
ghost
ghost.
shell. Yeah, be able to say, okay, that ghost goes to this guardian. It's easy. Or do a trial set where this
I
guardian
can
has
make
the
my
trial
warlock
set
look
on.
like a cat. Yeah, because I got a
Yep.
cat ghost too.
Yep. That's what I was thinking too. It's gonna be
Yeah.
interesting getting past that encounter. But yeah, I think the doing the witness, I think I have that down. I really want to try it because I really want to start learning the witnesses attacks and getting down, just kind of dodging that stuff. But mechanic wise, I think I got it figured out for most of the raid at least.
That's good because we're going to need it. And yeah, I think it's safe to say this is definitely the most challenging raid they've ever made.
Yeah.
Um, and it's going to be frustrating learning it, getting through it, but worth it, I'm sure. Getting loot,
Yeah.
chance at the exotic. Yeah, play it once, the whole thing one time, right? And then boss checkpoint from there if you want the exotic
Yeah. No
right
kidding.
away, because that's a tough raid.
Yeah.
Uh, so we'll look into getting a team together here this weekend, and we'll see what we can do. Get in there, try it out, see what
Yeah.
happens. Other than that, I don't have much else to say about it because I haven't been playing a whole lot of it
Hmm.
until we raid again, which will be very soon. But how about you? Anything else you want to say? Any lasting impressions? End
I'm
notes?
I'm just waiting on a few different things now. There's Choir of One exotic Void Auto coming. That sounds pretty interesting. That's that one that looks kind of pyramid tech themed. It's got an ornament that makes it look like pyramid tech, got resonant energy from it. So yeah, I'm ready for some new shit like that, but I'm sure it's coming later. Act 2, Act 3 seems like it's going to be kind of a seasonal exotic. And then same thing with the I've been loving the call, that strand sidearm thing
Oh
is
yeah,
amazing. I've been using
yeah,
that a lot, and they got a solar version that's going to be coming with the seasonal stuff. And I thought it was going to release this last Tuesday with all the season, because we just got episode Echoes on Tuesday. So
really.
I thought it was going to come with all that, and a lot of the Echoes weapons came, and they're all pretty nice. But yeah, I want that sidearm. So it's probably not going to come until Act 2 or 3. Same thing as that auto. They've kind of released a lot lately with and the story and exotic wise. So I can see why they're holding off on some of this good stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure that, a lot of it they want to prolong, stretch
Yeah.
out. Sidearms, I'm not a huge sidearm player. I'm willing to check them out, but I know you are. You've really gotten into the sidearms, especially after
Oh, the
last
rocket one, just the rocket ones.
season. Yeah, and now they're gonna have a solar variant to that. What's this
Yeah.
one they just put out? The Strand one? No, not the
Yeah.
Strand. Or was it?
Yeah.
Was it Strand?
The call. The
What was
one from before was Indebted Kindness. It's an arc one.
Arc? Okay,
Yeah.
is there a stasis one?
No, not yet. So far, there's the exotic version, which is pretty much buried bloodline. It's pretty
Yeah,
much like of the void version. And then yeah, for legendary versions, we only have the strand and the arc one, and then soon we'll get that solar
solar's
one.
coming fast. Okay, okay, all right. Well, what are sidearms this season? I always forget. Are they unstoppable?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
they're unstoppable.
and they were what, barrier last
Barrier.
season? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, we got that to look forward to then. I guess. Yeah. More loot down the road, more missions, more episodes. I guess will be
yeah,
starting here soon. Yeah. I guess we'll talk about more about it. We'll keep talking. As we progress through the weeks playing this, we'll
yeah,
bring up other notable things about it. How the raid's been going, and you know what we've been playing in it. And if we have a movie or show, we'll talk about that. But I think that'll do it for this episode. Um, yeah, let's get that team together for this weekend. That sounds like a plan to me.
oh yeah, yeah, sounds good. Need to
All
get
right.
that
Well,
clearing.
this has been Unmuted, and we will catch you all in the next one. I'm Reaper.
Shadow.
Later.
Talk to you later.